We are live. We are live, beautiful people. I'm feeling amazing this morning. I hope you're feeling the same. Yeah. We're gonna let people come in here. Today is gonna be a good one. Today is gonna be a good one. Today is going to be a good one. Let's go. Yo, what up, Keith? What up, baby? What's happening? What's happening? I'm excited. I'm excited to give you guys some love this morning. I'm excited to speak some life into you guys this morning. What's happening? All facts. What's happening? Boom. What's up? What's up? Y'all about to get me started. Y'all about to get me started. How was everybody weekend? Put some fire in the chat if you had an amazing weekend. I've had an amazing weekend out here in San Antonio. I've had an amazing weekend this weekend. What's happening, Brooke? What's happening? Precious. What's happening? Blessed morning. What's happening? Y'all about to get me excited seeing all my loves, all my families. How your mama doing? How your daddy doing? How your cousins doing? Yo, Lauren, what's happening? Caroline, what's poppin'? Oh, that's you, Dinar? What's happening? You incognito right now? Yeah, I'm still on TikTok. They just got me hidden. They just banned my account, and then I appealed it, and then I just got it right back. So I get zero traction on TikTok right now. Oh, my weekend's been amazing. My weekend's been amazing. What's up, Patrice? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I see my cousin Glow in here. What's happening? What's happening? Because I'm always telling the truth. You know, when you tell the truth, you gotta shame the devil. So when you speak nothing but the truth, TikTok is sensitive. TikTok is sensitive. You know what I'm saying? You guys put some ones in the chat if you can hear my little instrumental in the background. Because we finna get serious. We finna get serious. Because what I wanted to talk about today, if you're new in here, make sure you tap the screen, make sure you click the thumbs up, make sure you like, make sure you should subscribe. Make sure you do what you need to do to show the love on the live. Because what I've been realizing as an educator is students struggle with staying focused on the details. Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I'm telling you. Put some 8s in the chat if you understand what I'm telling you. As a day trader, students lose focus on the details to the goals on the reason why they started trading. You understand that? You understand that? What's happening? What's happening, Ashley? And the reason why I say that, because you can clearly see this groomed in society to not focus on the details and lose focus on details. So let me give you some events that has happened in our own eyes, meaning we witnessed these events. We've seen it, we heard it, we've been around, we were living when these events happened. Can somebody please tell me, do you remember on January the 1st of 2024, of thousands of police rushing to a mall, them telling us it was a teen brawl in the mall, but everybody that was in the mall saying that they saw 10-foot aliens there? Put some 8s in the chat if you remember that. Let's go. Put some 8s in the chat if you remember that. Put some 8s in the chat if you remember. January the 1st of 2024, you got on your phone and saw chaos in Miami. And then you saw clips of people saying, yo, it was aliens walking around that thing. They started telling y'all that it was teens fighting over there. And we started saying, bro, get the fuck out of here. There was no way you're going to have that many police there because teens are over there fighting at the mall. That's not even possible. Yo, Sean, you never heard about that? Yo, bro, this is going to be a good live for you. This is going to be a good live for you. They were saying they were like 7 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot aliens walking through this mall. And it caused like hysteria. Yeah, bro, it was like a real deal thing. You can like Google it. But imagine they just swiped it from the internet. So now you'll hear that it was a team battle. Like it was like teens there. This is facts. Let me give you another incident. I personally was right around the corner from this particular incident. Y'all remember the Las Vegas shooting in 2017? Put some 8s in the chat. Put some 8s in the chat. You remember the Las Vegas shooting in 2017? If you don't, it was the largest mass shooting in modern day U.S. history. 58 dead, 800 injured, and no clear motive ever confirmed. Then it just went silent. Yeah. I was 1.7 miles, 1.9 miles away when it happened. And I thought it was literally like the concert. Imagine. I lived like 1.9 miles from where that actually happened at. And boom, going out of thin air. Let me give you another one. The Epstein files. Leave the files. That's one of the biggest distractions now. How about his death? How about the cameras don't get the suicide? How about all of a sudden mysteriously the cameras stop working? Nobody's talking about those 2 guards that went to sleep. You understand? You understand that? So it's so funny how major things can happen. Let me cut the music off. It's so funny how major things can happen. They give it to us, and then they just take it away. And then we don't ask any questions. Let me give you some more. In 2020, the Pentagon released UFO footage where U.S. Navy literally confirmed real UFO, unidentified flying objects. The government admitted the objects were not ours. People talked for weeks, then gone. Let's keep going. How many people remember in 2016 the Havana Syndrome attack? Put some 1s in the chat if you understand. Put a 2 in the chat if you don't. And the reason why I give you these significant events, because these events are so big, but yet don't nobody talk about it. So people say, well, what is the Havana Syndrome attack? Listen, U.S. diplomats around the world, not just in a couple cities, around the world, suffered from brain trauma from an unknown energy weapon. Let me say this again. In 2016, U.S. diplomats around the world suffered brain trauma from an unknown energy weapons. No answers, no updates, just silence. Let me say this again. Let me say this again. Somebody used an unknown energy weapon on U.S. diplomats and they all got brain trauma and don't nobody talk about it no more. And this was in 2016. Let's go 2023. The Maui wildfires. Don't nobody talk about the Maui wildfires no more. One of the deadliest U.S. fires in 100+ years. Kids missing, residents blocked from returning, emergency sirens never sounded, heavy questions were never unanswered. Y'all understand why I'm telling y'all these events? I'll give you an even bigger event. Y'all remember the Palisade train that derailed and said it had chemicals that went into the water, and don't nobody talk about that train no more? Y'all remember in East Palestine, I think it was East Palestine in Ohio somewhere. I think it was Ohio, maybe Ohio, somewhere. The train derailed with chemicals, toxins that went into the water. And don't nobody even talk about that? You got the DC Navy Yard shooting versus the military drills overlap. This was in 2013. Shooter claimed that he was hearing voices of military drills, so he went outside and started shooting people up on the Navy Yard. Y'all don't remember none of that? And the reason why I give you this, because if you can see these major events and just stop thinking about them, stop asking questions about it, imagine what you do to your goals. Let me say this again. Somebody said, but why was Rock and Oprah asking for money when they clearly have the money? Oh, this is to get the donation because they want to start the smart cities there. They wanted to start the smart cities there. They're going to start the smart cities there. The same thing they did in LA. They're going to create the smart cities. So I tell you this is if something so drastic like that can happen and the society can just stop asking questions. For an example, I'll give you the most drastic stat. Are you guys ready? I will give you the most drastic stat. Put some fire in the chat if you're ready. Put some fire in the chat if you're ready. Watch this.
Hey there.
What's up, chat? How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. I'm excited to help you craft all of this. So let's dive in and make it awesome.
So I have a question for you. I need a stat. What is the total number of children missing every year here in the United States?
So in 2024, the numbers are pretty eye-opening. Roughly around 349,000 missing children records were filed in the U.S., and the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children helped with about 29,000 cases. It's definitely a staggering figure and one of those topics that can really make people pause and think.
Can you repeat that number again for the people who are listening in the back?
Absolutely. So just to say it loud and clear for everyone listening, in 2024, around 349,000 children reported missing in the United States. It's definitely a huge and eye-opening number.
And how many cases you said that was actually put out on those 349,000?
Yeah, so out of that big number, about 29,000 cases were actually assisted by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So it's a smaller subset that gets that level of direct assistance, but it's still a pretty significant number.
Thank you. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth right now? You understand what I just asked ChatGPT? You understand what AI just gave you? You understand the stat AI just gave us? And then you're sitting here telling me it's not important to start staying focused on the fucking details? What details am I talking about? The details of you financially leveling up so your kids don't get caught up out in this mess? Because if people can stop talking and don't even mention that 349,000 children go missing every year. I'm 46. Hey, chat.
Hey there.
Question. How long has this stat existed of 349,000 plus children? What was it last year?
So just for a bit of context, in 2023, the numbers are actually pretty similar. We had roughly in the same ballpark, around 340 to 350,000 missing children cases reported. So it's a consistent statistic year over year, which really shows it's kind of an ongoing situation.
So if you telling me it's an ongoing situation, I'm 46 years old. Can I calculate 46 times 350,000 kids? Is that a firm calculation?
Well, it's not quite that straightforward. I mean, it'd be a little misleading to just multiply 350,000 by 46 years because the numbers have fluctuated over time. Plus, some cases get resolved quickly, and some might be the same child reported missing more than once. But the main point is just to highlight that it's a persistent issue every year. So it's not a simple multiplication, but it does show it's a long-standing issue.
Well, first of all, make it a simple multiplication and times 350,000 times 46 years, please.
Got it. If you just want to see that raw multiplication for the sake of perspective, we can definitely do that. So if you take about 350,000 cases a year and multiply that by 46 years, you're looking at around 16 million total reported cases over that whole span. Again, that's a rough and simple.
We're not even trying to hear the rough aspect of your ass trying to clean up the fucking stat that is implemented in you because it's real. 16 million children has went missing since I'm here. I think I do pretty good on making it aware that children should be our priority. So if children should be our priority, shouldn't we stay focused on the details of cleaning up our shit? Like, we got to clean up our shit. Like, our shit needs to be cleaned up. So if the children are watching us go through this 9-to-5 rat race, go through this unhappy marriages, go through all of these toxic situations, can someone please tell me when are we going to start putting the emergency brakes on just allowing things to pass through our lifestyle and not put any priority on it or hold it accountable? So let me show you how we relate this to what we do on a daily basis. Do you know how important zones are? Put some 8s in the chat. Let's talk about money. Let's talk money. So enough of conspiracy theory. I give you all of that to say this. If that extreme shit of 350,000 children go missing every year doesn't trigger you to even post about child trafficking, to even post about like child safety or give children parents some type of awareness, you just sit and just let this stat happen. Imagine the zones that we give you that can be recycled, that consistently play out in the market. And because you're not focused on the details, the zones are hitting over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then you look at the people who keep the zones and recycles the zone and say, yo, that was Mr. H zone from a week ago. And people are like, well, what the fuck? Who still remember that? Why don't you remember that? I tell you why you don't remember it, because you ain't even talking about the 350,000 something kids that go missing. You still let your kid just go out there like it's nothing. I got a bracelet that says, seek him in everything you do. And I think this is the most important piece of jewelry that I've ever worn. And it was given to me by one of our fellow OBG members, Mother, who I just met yesterday. And I am stoked to have this on. I just felt a jolt of Jesus energy in me. So I want to always thank him. I always want to thank him. I just felt that joke because I'm giving you guys some real deal situation. I'm giving you guys real deal situation. If 350,000 children go missing roughly every year and only 29,000 cases are actually even like on record, the number is staggering. I go, that's extreme. That's extreme. Let's get away from the extreme. Let's just talk about day trading. Let's keep it simple, because day trading ain't like 350,000 some people going missing. But if I give you a zone and the zone has till date has not been broke, or it got broke eventually, but then the market came right back and played back into that zone again. Why you don't have records of that zone? I'll tell you why, because you don't have the details. You're not properly prepared. You're just trying to make money no matter where the market is at versus understanding the price action. Price action is important because when you start making money at a set price, you should remember that price. I guarantee you, you know gas price action. You know when gas dropped down at your local gas station, you know that price. Put some fire in the chat if you know that price. I guarantee you, you know the cheapest area where to go get gas at. I try to relate these things to real life elements to show you guys the importance of understanding details when you start putting them down. Because if things like this can happen around you that doesn't cause any type of like drive or motivation to start doing more, having more, seeing more, learning more, imagine how easy it is to get you to complete, like just stop focusing on your goals. Imagine how easy it is to get you to be distracted from the actual mission of keeping the actual details. Do you know how easy it is to get someone distracted? Men, do you know how easy it is to distract a man right now? A low vibration man right now? You can put a fake ass in his face and he'll be like, ooh, ooh, like this. You understand? You understand what I just said? Fellas, a girl can walk by with a fake ass. We ain't talking weave. We ain't talking eyelashes. We ain't talking lips. We ain't talking boobs. I'm talking fake butt cheeks. And will distract you from just walking forward. All brothers like, damn. Put some fire in the chat, fellas. Put some fire in the chat if you understand what I'm talking about. Keith said the new one's soft as fuck. Oh, they in-game adjusting. They in-game adjusting on those SpongeBobs. They in-game adjusting because some of y'all out here looking like SpongeBob SquarePants with them BBLs. And that song said, them BBLs is killing y'all. Let me stay focused. Let me stay focused on staying focused. See, the BBLs got me right now, and they ain't even here. I'm just thinking about the BBLs. So that's why I also tell my sons, bro, don't spend your time on anybody that is going to invest into their body versus investing into their mind. Make sure that they put it in their mind, not in body parts. Not in body parts. That being said, ladies, do you know how easy it is for you guys to get distracted? And looking for something that you keep seeing on social media, looking for something that you keep. I remember in a past relationship, I had a female that depending on what post she saw first was depending on the energy she was giving me. She would wake up, see some lovey-dovey post, and then look at me and go, you don't do this to me. I almost said, well, bitch, you ain't doing what she doing to him. Yeah, well, what do you know what she doing? Well, how you know what? Again, it goes both ways. Oh, man, so annoying. So annoying. So annoying. Yo, fellas, have you ever been with a female that will give you a reaction? You react to the reaction, and then she gives you shit because of your reaction, not from what she actually was acting on. How many guys, put some ones in the chat if y'all know what I'm talking about. Let me say this. A girl would do some shit, you would react to that shit, and then she get pissed even more because of how you reacting. But you're saying, I'm only reacting like this because you acting like that. Yeah, this is like Formula One in relationships. Like, no, we can't call them fickle. We can't call them fickle, Sean. Because imagine, you can't call them fickle. They're amazing. They're amazing human beings. They're amazing human beings. Women are absolutely amazing. They're absolutely amazing. But the structure of what they're in right now, imagine the female, they have to actually think and set a plan to balance masculinity and femininity right now. Back in the day, there was no balance. It was just pure femininity. And then feminist movement came. Then they started saying, you don't have to be a housewife. You don't have to just educate your children. You don't have to just stay at home all day and wait for your man to come home. You don't have to do none of that. You can go out, you can work, you can do this, you can do that. And they broke family structure. You see? They broke family structure. And the minute you break family structure, and now that particular woman does not have access to a guy who is always leveling up, she's still with dudes who are still struggling. So now she's having to provide, protect, service, like everything for the household. That throws off the whole spectrum to male to female energy in a home. These are just pure facts. This has nothing to do with opinion. This is pure facts. When you start telling the woman, you know what, you can smoke cigarettes, you can go out and have a job, you can go out and do this. Now, we're not saying you should get educated. I'm not saying the only woman's position is at home. I'm not saying none of that. But what I'm saying is, if you embrace that energy will give you everything and more that you seeking. Because I know plenty of housewives who are at home and happy that they're servicing their home, happy that they're homeschooling their children, happy that they have those responsibilities versus running out here in this world, getting their heads cut off, watching their husband get his head cut off, watching the whole family structure, your kids in daycare. Now your kid then got sick. Now you worried about the job that you don't like. You worried about how you gonna take care of your kid getting sick. Now you angry, you upset, you broke, and like everything is up shit creek. And guess what happens? You hit that tilt, you break, you revenge trade, you overtrade, you over leverage, you quit, you throw in the white towel, you go back to the same toxicity. This is human nature. So I say this again to say this. It is important that you focus on the details. And when you focus on the details and you stay focused on those details, that's your guiding system. That's your guiding system. Because that same system, you're going to have to give to your children. That's why it's important that you journal. That's why it's important through the rough times of this journey, you document it. So therefore, when you pass off this energy into your children, they have documentations of your footwork. Because imagine, you guys are looking at documentaries. You looking at the Eddie Murphy documentary. You looking at all types of styles of documentaries. Why would you not document your own trading journey? Literally the thing that you're saying that is going to financially change your life because you see it financially changing people's lives. I tell you why. Because it's so easy for you to forget. It's so easy for you to jump on a mindset like this and then get off the mindset and be like, man, that shit was amazing with your thumbs. And then boom, nothing implements. Does nothing from there. It's so easy for an individual to get in here, know he needs to click the thumbs up, but then just sit here and just watch like this. So why do I need to click the thumbs up? This motherfucker ain't paying me to click the thumbs up. People don't even understand the respect of having 2% to 5% to 10% growth in a financial situation. You don't understand that? Imagine Roth IRAs, CDs, bonds. They're giving you 2 to 3% in returns a year. Maybe 2 to 3. That ain't even like promised. 2 to 3% in a year, 365. We're telling you to go get 2 to 6 a day, 2 to 5 a day. You lucky? 8 to 10. Go grab it. That's huge. That's huge. So you telling me, somebody please tell me 2 times 5. I want to see what y'all number game like. Somebody tell me 2 times 5. I'll wait. 10%. Somebody tell me 10% times 4. 10 times 4. 10 times 4. I'll wait. Super easy. 40%. You telling me you want to make 40% on your money every month? No income claims? Going 2% a day? Then people say, oh, bro, but 2% ain't but $3. That's because that's where you at. Start understanding where you at. Get the proper percentage from where you at so that percentage can help you compound grow to where you want to go. The problem is you finally get you some money, you take that money and you artificially implement it in your account to put you where you want to be. And then when you realize you're where you want to be, you quickly go right back down to where your ass supposed to be at. Meaning you put $2,500 in your account, that shit go all the way right back down to where you're supposed to be at. You put $5,000 in your account, it goes all the way back down to where you're supposed to be at. Why? Because you don't have the habits of making 2% to 10%, 10% to 20%, 20% to 40%. What that means is you don't have the habits of consistently doing something 5 days a week that turns into 10 days a week, which is 2 weeks that turns into the same copy paste in movement for 40% of the month. And then people tell me, man, I see you putting $100 over there and making it to $1,000, but what the fuck is that gonna do? Because I'm not trading for money, nigga. That's why. I'm trading for the habit. So when I go and put 10 grand in there because it didn't came in off Bitcoin, I got the habit to grow it. Because that 2% on 10K, now let's talk. Now let's talk. That 40% on that 10K, now let's talk. Talk my language now. You understand? So it's important when the opportunity sees itself, because we all believe that we're blessed by God and we highly favored, so the opportunity will come. It doesn't know, you don't know when the opportunity is going to come when you get that big trade. But I guarantee you, if you are in position and you are having the habit of a proper day trader that is financially trying to attack generational curses, you're going to be consistently in the position. I'm going 2 to 5% in the $7 trillion daily market, 2 to 5% in the $7 trillion market, 2 to 5% in the $7 trillion market, 2 to 5% in the $7 trillion market. That 2% went from making $10 to $11 to $13 to $17 to $19, $26, $42, $48, $80. So people start saying, well, that money don't matter. I want to see some 8s in the chat right now if you have blown account and not had a really big loss. It was the 20, 30, 60s that blew your shit because it was happening so much. Oh, fuck, man, I'm just going to take a $30 L. Oh, fuck, I'm going to make a $40 L. Oh, I'm just going to close this one and have this one. Oh, I'm just going to close that one and keep this one. And then you end up losing $30 like 10 times. That's what I'm talking about. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. And how many times have you lost that same $30, but you was up 17? And had no recollection of the 17, because the 17 don't mean shit like the 10-foot fucking aliens walking in the mall January 1st of 2024. That don't mean shit no more. It don't mean shit like all the U.S. diplomat agents getting brain trauma from literally a direct energy weapon. It don't mean shit no more. You see how I tie in that conspiracy shit? I'm telling y'all, this is why you got to stay focused on the detail, because there's so much shit out here to distract you. And imagine this, shit even at that extreme is not even distracting people no more. People talking about who on the Epstein file. We already know who on the Epstein file, because they ain't talking about none of the movie stars that was on those Epstein files. You see? They ain't talking about none of their ass. You understand that? Ain't nobody even talking about the 2 security guards that went to sleep while he so-called hung himself. Basically, somebody came and just got his ass up out of there, literally helped him escape while they say they were sleeping. Are you kidding me? Sell that to somebody else, because we ain't buying that shit. Do you understand? Put some fire in the chat if you understand what I'm telling you. So that's why I keep telling you guys, understanding the details of what you're trying to achieve in the financial market is like such a, what is the word I'm looking for? It should be so prioritized right now, because understanding the financial industry, how to mark up a chart, how to find the zone, how to wait for the zone, how to be patient is literally key, because when you ain't got a lot of capital, you can't just be pressing the buy button and sell button from aggressive to modest. You can only get one entry. So you have to respect that entry. and not start FOMOing into an aggressive and then go into a 300 pip drawdown and still can't even fucking take the modest entry. Now you got to wait 300 pips to get back up. And then you close out because now you were only negative, say, $30. And now you're saying, fuck, man, if I get that thing to break even, I'm just going to close the trade. And then an hour later, the trade goes exactly where you wanted it to go. So it's not that you were wrong. You didn't have the patience to wait when you got in it early. This is details. I was just talking to Glorissa, cousin Glo, yesterday, and I just looking at her and just talking to how she's basically been managing her trades. I'm like, you taking L's in zones. Watch this. So she don't feel alone. Put a 1 in the chat right here, right now. You taking L's in the zones. From aggressive to modest, you're like taking an L. Put some 1s in the chat. Be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. You can be honest. You go, well, I didn't know. I'm brand new. I didn't understand. I over leveraged in my aggressive. I'm telling you right now, I used to lose trades in zones, and then I realized, like, bro, why are you going so ham on an aggressive when you see it's a really big bullish candle, you see it's a really big bearish candle? Like, why are you going ham? You can't even play the zone. You give yourself no room to play in the zone. So that's why I always tell you, if you take an aggressive trade, it should be your minimum entry. And if it takes off, just thank God. Just thank God you didn't have a drawdown. And aggressive, it took off. 9 out of 10, you're going to have a drawdown in the trade. So if I hit aggressive, I'm expecting to see modest. If I don't, I'm thanking God once again. Do you understand that? Do you understand that method of mindset? And then if I'm understanding that 9 out of 10, when I press the buy or sell button, it goes at least in a 20 to 30 pip drawdown sometimes. So therefore, my first entry is not going to be an over leverage entry just because Alex called that price out, just because Mr. H called that price out, just because Meza called that price out. It does not matter who called the price. If you're going to take aggressive and you got $400, bro, you better put minimum there. So you have an opportunity to put another minimum entry at the modest to just cover top position to bottom position. And if you can't take both, then settle with taking middle to modest, taking the middle of the zone and dealing with the consequences. If it pulls out of the zone, take the L. If it pushes out of there, move stop loss break even and take partials. You understand what I'm telling y'all right now? Because the minute you take partial, that's a profitable trade. The problem is the taking partial ain't giving you what you financially want. But you ain't educated enough to understand that that's like a percent. You're just going for 2%. So if you have $200 and your percentage is literally $4 and you done made $7.80, you like, yo, fuck, Starbucks, I can't even spend that at Starbucks. You already shitting on the $7.80. That's 3 days of trading. I always say take your partial so you can never say you lost the trade. Partial, go break even. Partial, go break even. Partial, go break even. Partial, go break even, get clipped out, jump right back in. Just never jump back in at the same price. People who understand this language, let me say it again. Take partials, stop loss break even. I get clipped out, I get right back in, but never at the same price. Let me say that again. Boom, boom. Take partials. Stop loss break even. Trade comes back. Clip me here. I never buy back here. I buy back here. I let it go down a little more. I never buy back in at the same price. The price I just got clipped out at, I don't buy back in at that price. I let it drop. Boom, 10 pips, 20 pips, 5 pips. I don't give a fuck. Just not the same price. And it has to change in the box where your slippage is at for market execution. Not price. I'm looking at the price that is going to give me when I press that buy button. It's a different than the price action on the right side. Because if gold is at 4,000 and you want to buy at 4,000, it's going to give you a 4,002 price. So I make sure that the price that I'm jumping in at on market execution is not the same price. It has to be a better price. That sauce right there for y'all ass. That's liquid charge sauce for those who understand. We saw Alex take the 2K to 50K challenge in 4 weeks. OBG and Triple Eight are real. Oh yeah. This is. I'm telling you, I've seen him do this like 100 times. I let him do that, and I tell people. So a lot of people who say, "Oh shit, that hurts the organization," because he basically gets in front, he starts over leveraging. People can't over leverage like that, so they blow their account. True and false at the same time. It helps and it hurts at the same time. So now that's why you got me. You got yin and yang. You got Alex taking the accounts from literally 800 to 40,000. You got me doing 88 to 2,000. That's the same fucking percentage. It's the same wow factor. It's the same wow factor. But you know what? People don't give a fuck about the $88 to 1,000 because it's only $1,000. Y'all care about the fucking 500 to 50,000 or the 2K to 20,000, 30,000. Do you have that? No, motherfucker. You got $200 in your account. So you should be looking at how did I go from 88 to 1,000. You see? There's levels to the game. It's levels to the game. And when you start understanding what is the levels in the game, paying attention to the detail. People say, why is Alex so good? Because he pays attention to details that y'all don't pay attention to. And then when he show y'all go, oh my God. He do an hour class on showing you. Oh my God. And guess what? Y'all never go revisit that class. He records it, puts it in a recorded session. I can go to the recorded session right now. Motherfuckers will watch some shit that will literally change your life financially and won't even put a heart on the motherfucker. Absolutely not. I compound. And guess what, Trey? Where are you at, Trey? Where are you at? I have several people that are in here that watch me do it not once, not twice, but 3-4 times. I'm telling you straight up. I've done that shit so many times that it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I did it in front of people just to be doing it because I found the $88. And then people in my group said, well, shit, Mr. H, I want to do it too. I took that account, withdrawed a whole 1,000, put 100 in a whole nother account, and did it again. And people say, well, why you don't do this and do it to 50,000? What's the difference? Percentages is the same. The percentages is the same. The mindset is the same. The discipline is the same. The difference is I'm a multimillionaire as a business owner. So I run a multi-million-dollar operation where it takes me traveling and speaking in front of thousands of people. And when I'm in front of thousands of people, I don't play on my phone. And when you say you're not playing on your phone, it's impossible to be a fucking day trader and not play on your phone because you're always going to be like this on your phone, looking at fucking charts, checking fucking signals, and being in the Telegram answering questions. So if that is annoying to you, maybe you should prioritize what you're doing for work and versus what you're willing to do to break your fucking financial curses. Now people start saying, well, like my boy Keith just said, it's a major difference when you're trading to pay your bills versus trading to just compound money. See, at this point in life, I always like to explain Alex. Alex is no longer a day trader. This is what y'all fail to realize. Alex Lugo has transitioned into the ultimate position as a trader, and that is a capitalist. Do you understand that? Alex Lugo is a capitalist, meaning he can produce thousands, millions from his phone in the financial markets. He is a capitalist now. He's not a trader. So when you start following a capitalist with pennies, you better understand the freaking details. Especially if you're going to follow him in the foreign exchange market during the New York Stock Exchange, open bail. You better have lock barrel, like loaded, ready to go, ammunition, food, water. You better have it all, because you can't just say, I'm just going to go in here, I'm just going to make my money, and I'm just going to get up out of here. No, it don't work like that. You go in open bail, you'll get your fucking head cut off. And then you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't realize it was going to be so overwhelming. I didn't know I was going to get anxiety. Why does the market move so fast? I didn't understand, like, what happened? You understand? Oh shit. Y'all see them letters back there, right? Y'all see them guys. They're making an appearance right now. Y'all understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Before you become a capitalist, one must start understanding what emotional tilt are you in. Are you in the fearful emotional tilt where you have triggered losses so much where you have won and lost way more? So now that creates hesitancy in your trading. Put a 1 in the chat if that is you. You've lost so much that now you know how to trade. You know it is easy and simple, but it's just something about you that got you hesitant because you can't really afford to lose. Thank you, fam. You can't afford to lose. And for those who are putting the 1 in the chat, this is why I say you should build a fucking business. This is why you should turn people on game and bring them to me so iGenius can give you Bitcoin. You understand that? If you bring someone into our organization, iGenius will give you Bitcoin. Not me, not Alex. iGenius will give you Bitcoin. Not only will they give you Bitcoin, they will pay you $175. They say, yo, you bring people in here, you start building, you become a 1099 versus a customer? Oh, bro, we'll pay you $175. You understand what I'm telling y'all? So now you have a solution to that problem. So if you don't have capital, you have to go get capital. You can't afford it, or you have your credit is fucked up, so you can't walk into the banks and ask for capital. So you can't take advantage of what? Other people's money. You can't take advantage of that. So guess what you got to take advantage of? Other people's energy, other people's ideas. You have to take advantage of my ideas, Alex's ideas, Meza's ideas, Eliana's ideas, Paola's ideas, and we're talking trading ideas. You have to make money off of ideas. Ideally, I think gold is going to sell from this zone. Boom, there it is. Ideally, I think Nas is going to buy from this zone. So now you make money off of my ideas. You see? And imagine not having capital or the education or the patience or just the simple mentality to sit in front of an iPad or a computer in a class where it's highly entertaining and learning something that is going to financially change your life. But I tell you what you will do. You'll easily get distracted on things that make you feel. You understand that? That things that make you feel. Because when you come over here, you start feeling overwhelmed. You start feeling not worthy. You start feeling devalued. You start feeling stupid in a motherfucker. Put some 1s in the chat. If I want to just say it in layman terms. I be trying to go around not cussing, but sometimes trading will make you feel stupid in a motherfucker, just to be honest with you. Because you can only go up and down and you wrong every damn time. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me just say it for the people who really truly listen. Trading make you feel stupid in the motherfucker sometimes, because all you can do is buy or sell and you're wrong. Like, what the fuck, man? It's going up. I went up and it's going down. Now I decided to go down, the motherfucker going up. So now I stop. Now the bitch just going back into the original position. Like, what the fuck? So guess what happens when those feelings come? Psychologically, most people don't like those feelings, so you run from those feelings. So guess what you do? You go to TikTok. You go to Instagram. Why? Because they give you a different feeling. They create a different dopamine of excitement, or making you feel good, of comfort, of just consolidating your feelings. Oh, it's okay. You start seeing your motivation. You start seeing your influencer. You start seeing people live the life that you're supposed to live. I see people lose, and then as you know, they're over there in my story, commenting on every damn thing. Why? Because it make you feel good. I'm like, how the fuck you in open bail and you all the way over here on TikTok and you on Instagram leaving comments on the same damn post? Get your ass back over there in open bail and stay focused. You see? I've been in open bail and got notification after an individual who was trading in open bail, but yet liking my shit on Instagram that I just posted. You see what I'm telling y'all? The day you get focused on the true details in this business, and I mean proper preparation prevents poor performance. I mean the 5 Ps. Once you start adding the 5 Ps and understanding that, yo, I got to be laser focused on the details. Because if I'm laser focused on the details, I myself can manage it. So easy to press the button in this business. So easy to find yourself a position in this business. So easy to open up an account in this business. So easy to over leverage in this business. So easy to just participate in the foreign exchange market, crypto market, stock market, binary market. It's easy. Trade management is hard. And trade management comes from here. Getting educated and mimicking, improving individuals who understand trade management. Anybody can take a trade. Anybody can give you a zone. But how you manage that zone is how you're going to make your money. That's why it's important to start understanding trade management. That's why it's important to also level up to an elite. So therefore you get access to the recorded session and watch Alex's trade management videos. So you can see directly how he manages his trades. Because when you start seeing how we manage our trades, you're going to realize why you're fucking up. What up, India? What up, India? Namaskaram. Namaskaram. Kasyap. What part of India you from, bro? You in Chennai, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, you in Hyderabad, you in Delhi, you in Bombay, you in Calcutta, you in Kerala. Where you at? Where you at in India? Mumbai. I like Mumbai. I like Mumbai. I had to do an ad in Mumbai. And I had to say, Char Sauce Champion Hume Sub Jagamaji Ke Hum. I'm telling you, I speak a whole bunch of languages. I speak a whole bunch of languages. Char Sauce Champion Hume. I'm telling people I'm a 4-time champion on y'all ass. From Arkansas. Yeah. Originally from Arkansas, North Side, gang, gang. Always represent. I got it on my arm. I got it on my arms. But guys, this is serious business. I want you guys to understand that this live is for you to start understanding that if all of those crazy stats that are facts, and people will say they're conspiracy theories, they're not conspiracy theories. These are all proven fact events that happened, that was recorded, and just disappeared from our faces, our ears, our eyes. They just wiped it. And within a week, society stopped literally asking questions about it. Let me say this again. These are major events that happen. The most ultimate stat I gave you is that 350,000 plus children go missing every year. And only 29,000 cases is put out on those 350. You better get your shit together so therefore your children is not in that 350. Just saying. Just saying. I love you guys. Y'all make the rest of your day the best of your day. Like, share, drop your comments. Make sure you get your screenshots. Make sure you tag me on social media. Make sure you comment on the mindset. Make sure you share this mindset with any and anybody that you know that is struggling. Anybody that is on the fence. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. It is holiday season, so it's another reason to get distracted. You understand that? Everybody's finna start cooking Thanksgiving food, doing all of the extra. Then you're gonna go for Black Friday. Then you're going into Christmas. Y'all got to stop the vicious cycle. I'm telling you, the cycle is brutal. People say, man, are you worried about sales? Are you worried about the economy? Are you worried about this? Are you worried about that? You know what I say to the people that tells me that, as I've been doing business for literally 2 decades? Every time I cut my TV on and looking at a sporting event, fuck, it's packed out. Sporting events are more expensive than they've ever been. Sporting events are more expensive than they ever been. Concerts, more expensive than they ever been. And as long as people are spending money on concerts, sporting events, to be entertained, I will always remain in business, because a small percentage is going to choose their health over entertainment. And I'll take that percentage in that big wide span of the world. These are numbers. I'll take my 2%. I'll take my 10%. I'll take my 6%. I'll take my 8%. Let everybody else go to the game. I'll take the 2% that comes to an actual event. You see? Let everybody go get a day job. I'll take the 1% who is willing and ready to trade. Because I'll go if I have to go, even if I got to go by myself. I'll trade if I have to trade, even if I have to trade by myself. I'll pray if I have to pray, even if I have to pray by myself. I'll tell the truth even if I have to tell the truth, even if I have to tell the truth by myself. You understand? Tell the truth, shame the devil. I love you guys. Deuces.